U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is suggesting the United States government won't govern Venezuela other than enforcing an existing oil quarantine on the country.
CTV's Scott Hurst is following this story and joins us live this morning with the latest reaction to this and also what's happening there. Scott, Canadians across the country came out yesterday to voice their concerns on the U.S. operation that captured former Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro. What are we hearing today?
Good morning, Nick and Jen. First and foremost, Maduro will make his first appearance in a U.S. courtroom today in New York City as the Trump administration is justifying his capture on narco-terrorism charges. There has been a lot of reaction north of the border here in Canada. Venezuelans in Canada watching the entire situation with concern and fear and worry, believing the U.S. has other motives instead of ultimately helping Venezuelans achieve democracy. Canadians have seen protests and rallies pop up in cities right across the country, some denouncing the move by the U.S., condemning the U.S. strike as illegal and a violation of Venezuela's sovereignty. However, supporters of Venezuela have also been out waving flags and celebrating the ouster of Maduro, who many believe stole the presidency. And beyond the immediate geopolitical implications, there are also mounting concerns that the action by the U.S. could further worsen Venezuelan refugee crisis. And world reaction to the U.S. operation has also been swift and sharply divided. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is calling for a Venezuelan-led transition process and labeling the Maduro reign as brutally oppressive and a criminal regime, saying Canada has not recognized the illegitimate regime of Maduro since it stole the 2018 election. However, the Prime Minister is facing backlash for his response, calling on all parties to respect international law. However, in a comment on social media, not mentioning the United States directly. Former Foreign Affairs Minister under Stephen Harper, Peter MacKay, calling the response slow and lethargic, and other political commentators to CTV also suggesting Carney's response was more about damage control against jeopardizing trade talks with our southern neighbor. Now, we do know that Mark Carney is expected to travel to Paris today to meet with the so-called coalition of the willing Ukrainian allies, pushing for an end of the hostilities between Russia and Ukraine and pushing for a peace deal. But Nick and Jen, you can bet that the situation in Venezuela will be top of mind and also be a large part of that agenda as well.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Lots to watch for, especially that upcoming court appearance this morning. That is CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, appreciate this update. Thanks so much.